how to find the compute engine resource? Let me tell you the option. In the left hand side navigation menu, just you can see here is compute engine. Otherwise, in a search, you can search compute engine. There is two options to find out, right? Then, as soon as once you navigate to this page, there is an option called create instance. You just click on create instance. So now we'll put the name of the compute resource name, maybe demo compute engine GCE VM virtual machine, right? Then as you know that what is region and zone, I had already explained. Do you know what is region and zone?
Yes, I know.
Okay, so zone is consists of a region. For example, I select let me select your Delhi region, right? So let me find out this is Mumbai, maybe Delhi. Let me okay, in Delhi location Windows server is not available, I think so. So let me select Mumbai. So in Mumbai we have 3 zone. So let me select one, right? So where my server will create in this place. This place my server will create. Understood?
Right.
Now machine configuration. Machine configuration you will keep in mind. It's a general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, and GPU. Whenever you will proceed along with this service, this is more powerful. Gradually it will be more powerful machine, right? So it is little powerful than general. It's more powerful than general. It's higher powerful than general, right? Something like that. So this is the machine configuration. Then the series of the machine. For example, I select this is the series. Third generation, second generation, then first generation. So which generation do you want to create a VM? So maybe you can select the first generation N1, right? Then how many memory, I mean RAM, do you want to take to create a server? No, I don't want to 7.3.7 I mean around 4 GB. I need more, right? So then you will go to, for example, I want to take 8 GB memory. Then you select based on that machine type, right? Which CPU, which memory, all this you will select. Then there's option like confidential VM. If you need confidential VM, it is a security stack. You can enable the confidential VM here. If you want to deploy container in your VM, you can also deploy container VM. Now it's the main part. Boot disk. Do you know what is the meaning of boot disk? Hello?
No, boot disk, no.
Okay.
No idea.
You don't have idea. Let me tell you. Suppose you are you have a laptop, right? So in your laptop, which one is your boot disk?
C drive?
C drive, right? Perfect. So in C drive, you are installing what you are installing?
Operating system, OS.
Correct. So likewise in cloud also, the boot disk is nothing but your operating system will be installed, right? So for this case, that operating system is Debian, right? But if I want to change the operating system, I can also change. For example, I want to take other for example, I want to take Red Hat one, Red Hat Enterprise, or maybe I want to take Windows Server. So you can select, right? So let me select a Linux based operating system for now for quick demo, right? maybe the default one, Debian. Let me take. Then this is the size of the disk. I mean, in your laptop, that is called
Capacity.
capacity, right? So in your laptop, we are using, we are just partitioning, creating. Then, for example, we are 100 GB. We are creating our C drive. Then we are putting our operating system, right? So likewise here SSD. We are taking SSD. So maybe you can take 100 GB to maintain your boot disk, right? So let me
Right.
put 50 for now for demo perspective. Let me take the less number. Then select my operating system, select my size of this disk, selected 50 GB, right? So now this is the one option. You just for now you just keep in default. And firewall rule, here whenever you are going to create, you can also default firewall rule we can enable to create. By default it will create automatically for you, right? Then let me click on create. Then my server will create. And how quickly it is creating, you see. Generally, if you want to create one server in on-prem, it will take lot of time, but it will create this just now VM is currently unavailable in Asia. It is expected, this error,
Right.
because this instance VM, this N1 standard VM is not available in South 1A zone,
South.
right?
Yes, we have to change the zone, right?
Right. So what I'll do, I'll just modify that. What I just click on retry, but should not be click on retry. Just let me.
Yes, generally you are right. You are right. Absolutely.
Okay.
It takes
So
almost 15 days to set up a server. Lots of configuration we have to do
manually. So now,
And
okay. So let me select. Okay, let me create one more and just keep in default. Maybe we will take a US central one, the default one, because US central one every resource is available, right?
okay, right.
And whatever I explain, and just keep in allow the IP address, and just keep in default the operating system. All things just keep in same whatever the default one, and let me click on create. So once it will create, then we'll see login and see how to log in, and all these things I'll explain, right? And how to monitor, how to set up the firewall rules, how to set up load balance. All these things can be done once your VM is created. So generally it should not be take more time. Yes, already created. You say this is the green check mark. The server is already created, right? So lots of things you have to keep in mind once server is created. Just here you can just check log, and also here you go to the login. Just click on SSH. Here just click on SSH to login. Right? How to log in the server. Generally SSH for we are using for Linux based, but Windows based you have to use the RDP, right? So do you have any experience with Linux based operating system or Linux based VM?
No. Windows, only Windows.
Only Windows, right? So now you just little bit take some idea from Linux based operating system, then we'll go and create the Windows based operating system, right?
So Debian is a Linux based system.
Yes, Linux based. So now
Red Hat also Red Hat.
Red Hat also Linux based, right? So for example, I want to install something, right? So you can install here. You can use the command, you can install, right? This is the login system. And for example, you want to edit the VM, you can edit. In the runtime, you can edit the VM in Google. That is one option. And other option, like if you don't want to use, you can stop your server and then you can start, right? Suppose you don't have workload, you can stop your server. This option is available. And suppose you want to create a snapshot of your server, you can create snapshot. You can create additional disks and you can attach with your server. That option is also available, right? So this is the Linux based operating system. And observability, this is to what is going on in your server. You can runtime, you can monitor and every CPU usage and process usage, memory usage, everything you can check here. Network packet monitoring, how the networking in and out, ingress and out, egress, disk performance, capacity, all these things you can runtime, you can monitor, right? Now move on to the window based operating system. I'll create and show you the demo. So let me create one operating system, should be Windows based. Just click on change the operating system and click here, select Windows Server and click on select, then click on create, right? So now this is my window based operating system which is creating, and I'll show you how to log in the Windows operating system. So here it will, yes, now already created. So let me log in. Here see, this is the protocol showing RDP. Click on RDP. Here asking me to download the RDP client. Let me download, right? As soon as download, then click on the download option. Choose the option, choose the application. Okay, let me cancel. Cancel, okay, cancel.
RDP I know it.
You know how to, okay, you know, right?
I know.
Okay, all right. So now you just click on RDP, then you put your username and password, or also if you want to set up your password, if you want to set up your password according to your username and password. For example, your username Rohit. So put Rohit, then set Rohit, and then it'll ask to set up your password. This is very easy option in Google Cloud. Once here asking to set up your password, right? Suppose let me put the password as per your choice. Maybe this is a default password, so you can take, right? Close, just username and password, you can able to log in, right? So how to create Linux based operating system, how to create Windows based operating system, and how to which option is available, like how to monitor your server. It is a default. You don't need to set up any additional things, right? This is the observability, monitoring, logging, all these things by default. And suppose you want to add some additional storage, you can add. You want to create a snapshot, you can create a snapshot. Let me show you how to create snapshot, right? Once you click on snapshot, then click on create snapshot, and suppose I want to create my Windows Server snapshot, right? So my Windows Server, I have to take that is instance 2, correct? Understood? Rohit, are you there?
Yeah.
The instance 2 is my Windows server. Then let me click on create. My snapshot will create, right? So
Snapshot, basically, what is the meaning of snapshot like?
snapshot is meaning of snapshot like the exact server. It will create a copy for you. Suppose your server is up and running last 2 years, right? Then you are taking daily or weekly taking snapshot. If something goes wrong in your server, you can recover by the help of snapshot. Hope you understood, right?
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Now, so for example, I want to create a image. Image, I think you know how to create image, right? Similarly, suppose you just click on create image, then I want to create one image of my instance 1. To create a image, need to stop. This is one option you need to remember. Whenever you are going to create any image, you have to stop the server. This question maybe will come in your exam. It's a very important question. For example, if you want to create a server image, then you have to stop the image. Otherwise, you will not able to create the image, right?
Right.
Suppose I want to create one disk, right? For example, I will create one disk. That name is disk 1, and the amount the size of the disk is 50 GB. That 50 GB I want to create a disk, then I want to attach with my instance 1, right? So how to attach, let me show you. Once disk created, then come to your instance, I mean server, instance 1, then just click on edit, right? Then you just here little bit scroll down, here add a new disk or attach the existing disk. I have already created one, so I just want to attach the existing one, right? So existing one, that is one disk 1, right, which I had created just now. Then click on save, then click on save. Then the disk 1 which I had created, it will attach with my Linux based server. So let me show you. You see, I should not stop my VM. Meanwhile, I can able to add the attached disk. That is super powerful in Google Cloud. So now let me refresh and show you my attached disk is attached or not. Let me show you. So as you can see, okay, let me go to the details description. Here just click on instance 1, and here you can reflect the disk part. You see the additional disk which is already attached with my server. Can you see that?
Yes.
Right? So this is one of the part. So what we today we learn how to attach disk, how to create snapshot, how to create image. Once you have a plan to create a image, you have to stop the server. So let me do that as well, right? First let me stop the VM. Then I will create a image. So this is one of the important class, like practically I explain all these things. You'll just keep in mind, it will really helpful for you.
Yes.
Right. So once stop the VM, here you can just see this is the real monitoring task, what is happening. And I think in our earlier class I had already explained what is cloud shell. Do you know what is cloud shell?
Cloud cell. No, I
No,
forgot.
you don't know, right? Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, so now it's a stopped, right? Now I can
Right.
able to create the image. The error will not throw now. Let me show you. Image 1, my instance 1, I want to create a image, Linux based, and let me create the image. Now the image will create. You see, now image will creating,
Great.
right? It will create and okay, it is being creating. So after a short while, so it will already created, but it's just showing here, right? So let me go to the VM and start the VM now. And okay, and yes, you don't know the cloud shell, how the Google super powerful. Let me show you. For example, I want to create one particular VM, right? Then here I want to show the equivalent code. This is the equivalent code, right? This is the equivalent code to create this VM. This code I want to create through cloud shell. How quickly it will create through cloud shell also you check. This is the cloud shell terminal, which is separate VM, which is helping us to maintain our Google Cloud platform. So here this is the gcloud command. It is auto generated to create the server. So let's see how I can able to create through CLI command, gcloud CLI command. You see how quickly one server created and provided the details. So let me quickly.
Like it's a kind of a CMD,
Sorry.
like it's a kind of a cloud shell is like a kind of a
CMD in Windows CMD.
CMD. The
Ah.
same thing. It's okay.
Same thing is here. So now you can see one more instance created. Can you see that? Instance 3.
Yes.
Right? So what is the use of cloud shell? And cloud shell also maintain, if you know little bit about Visual Studio. Do you know Visual Studio?
Yes.
So you can also use Visual Studio here as well. Let me show you that one as well.
Here in GCP.
Yes, this is the by default. This is a inbuilt. Suppose you want to write some program, right? So here you can start writing program and you can manage Google Cloud Platform instead of using the Visual Studio Code in your laptop. So Google will provide you the environment with you to play around to play with Google environment. So just it is initializing your cloud shell editor. Just it will take some time definitely, because first time it is provision for you. There is two options. One is open terminal, other one is open editor. That is the editor is Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
Understood? There is two options. One is terminal,
Option.
one is editor.
Right.
Hope you understood, right? Okay. Generally, it should not be take some
You are living
time.
in Noida.
Sorry.
I mean to say you are living in Noida.
Yes, I was living in Noida, but right now I am in hometown.
Okay.
So generally it should not take much time. I don't know why it is taking some time. So let me open one more tab and then I'll check. You see in left hand side, the you see left hand side, this is kind of Visual Studio things.
Yes, yes. Correct, correct.
Understood? So now this is the super powerful of Google, and that's why people are crazy to know about Google Cloud, right? So I think this is the okay. So let me here also one good thing, you can scroll up, scroll down. You see, scroll up, scroll down. Can you
Scroll
see
down.
that?
Right.
This
Yes,
is
yes.
much flexible, right? So I think today I think we'll close this session today. Maybe I'll take one more session for tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But today,
Okay.
what you learn, can you just explain?
Yes. Today actually I learned like DNS mapping. What is DNS mapping? And like actually how to create how to create virtual machines, how to create instances, how to create how to create disk, how to create images. That things I learned.
How to create snapshot,
Snapshots, yeah, snapshots also, right?
how to create image.
Image, correct.
Yeah.
Image, disk, snapshots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm going to wrap up this call, and after this call, I'll provide you the recording session. So it will be helpful if you will
Yes,
revise
yes.
or anything. It will be helpful.